Let's talk about the Phoenix tapes. Now you guys went and you pillaged the vaults, right?
Well, we did, yeah, because as you know, we made 3 albums.
Right.
The, the one you just showed us, The Show Goes On, and then we made an album called On the Move.
Right.
And our last album, our latest one, is called New Cross Road. And each time that we made each album, we recorded a lot more songs than that actually ended up on the album,
Sure.
you know, as a lot of people do. And we also, Charlie Hart, our fiddle player and our sort of band leader, if you like, really, very influential figure in Slim Chance. In fact, Charlie Hart and Steve Simpson, who both were very, very figured greatly in a couple of Ronnie's solo albums, both brilliant musicians. They really put the whole thing together, and they sort of commandeered me into it. And
is that just going to be online, or are you going to make it into are you going to put it up on streaming services or anything?
Well, a lot of people have asked that question.
Yeah.
And I had a long conversation with Charlie yesterday, in fact, and we're now talking about maybe getting a CD together with all the tracks on it, 12 or 13 tracks, or making it just a digital sort of download release. But we do prefer to have a physical release as well, really, because and a lot of people have written to us and telephoned us and things like that and said, guys, you have got to put this out on an album. You've got to do it, you know. So I think there will be a demand for it.
Okay.
Quite a lot of the tracks, they're not Ronnie's tracks. I think that's why a lot of them didn't end up on the albums.
Yeah, right.
Because we've kept the albums mainly dedicated to Ronnie Lane, and quite rightly so. And we've introduced a few originals, you know, especially on the second and third album.
Right.
The first album was all Ronnie Lane songs. But in between times, talking about the band, we recorded When I Paint My Masterpiece, which
Fabulous.
is a great song. And the band's version is, you know, fabulous. and so, you know, Rick Danko and all that, you know,
sure.
Brilliant. And yeah, we recorded other stuff too.
I love Connection. I think you did a great job on the Stones song.
Oh, no, thank you. Yeah, and that was Alan Davis's idea.
Yeah.
And Alan also, I made a few notes here, but there's also a beautiful song by Stephen Foster, who's an American composer, called Hard Times. And that is a lovely, lovely recording, actually. And that's Alan Davis as well. And we just put up a great Ronnie song called Stone.
Stone, absolutely, yeah.
That's the lyrics there is about reincarnation, you know, because Ronnie and his great friend Pete Townsend, they're both very much into Mayor Barber,
right,
the spiritual leader and a sort of great spiritual master.
Well, when Ronnie was his vision of Slim Chance, is that he wanted to go out and have Americana type of band, or this is just what he just went out and made music and this is just how it turned out? And how does the modern version now of Slim Chance, is that still what you originally started out in the 70s? Are you doing the same thing, or do you see it as an evolution? Because it sounds like you're doing some of his songs that you did, but now you're doing more original songs, and it seems to be in the same spirit. So, and what you're doing is living on, and I have to tell you, there's a whole audience out here in America that would love what you guys are doing.
Really, when Ronnie started with the solo thing, the whole sort of thing with the faces was very choreographed. It was very, very
showbiz.
This is a big world famous rock band,
Mhm.
with Ronnie, it was very, very laid back. It was, you know, real sort of do your own thing, play how you want to play. And he didn't, I don't think he ever wanted to put a Slim Chance band together that was the same band, you know, all the time. I don't think he ever
Right.
wanted that. He was happy for anybody to come along and play. And he was really very, very spiritually open-minded. And I think that shows in you know, the different incarnations of Slim Chance, because he actually said he found the members of Slim Chance from a magazine called The Exchange and Mark, which is I don't know if you know that one in America, but
It's
in
like a
England,
penny saver, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
in
yeah, it's
England,
like
any old tap that you want to buy, you can get it in Exchange and Mark. We actually sat down and worked out at one point in time the amount of different people that we were all played with. I mean, people like Geraint Watkins, it's a case of who he hasn't played with. You know, he's just one of the greatest keyboard players, and he's got a marvelous voice himself. You know, and he does solo gigs. He's incredibly well known. You know,
Mhm.
Geraint Watkins is better known than Slim Chance. You know,
Yeah, okay.
and we got Steve Simpson and Charlie Hart, who they were known as the Fishpool Philharmonic. Ronnie called them, christened them the Fishpool Philharmonic. Had two great fiddle players, and both Steve and Charlie are multi instrumentalists, and you know, they're sort of master of the lot. And so you know, we there are some great players in the band, and everybody has been there, sort of seen it and done it themselves. So the laid back feel comes because we like each other very much. You know, we respect each other, and we love each other's company, and we have a really good laugh. You know, when we play, we play for fun. Charlie works a lot with Mick Jagger's brother, Chris Jagger,
Okay.
and Geraint works. You know, he works with everybody, and Billy Nichols was on a world tour with the Who before the lockdown situation came. He was singing all the backing vocals. Um, Brendan O'Neill spent 10 years on the road with Rory Gallagher.
Okay,
So,
right.
you know, he's a marvelous drummer. And we come together to play, really to celebrate the music and the life of Ronnie Lane, and to keep the spirit alive.